talking about the diversification of the tourism product, we have many kinds of tourism in Egypt. We are talking about recreational tourism. We are talking also about the activities or the adventurous tourism. We are talking about water sports activities, diving, many things to explore. But what about talking about desert tourism? Many people are interested to explore the desert. And let me tell you something, that the desert in Egypt, you can never compare it to any other place on earth. Well, just think of the idea of traveling through miles and miles through the golden dunes and talking about the Western Desert in Egypt. Beautiful place, beautiful site to move into a safari trip, and also a place to discover more about Egypt and more about the natural sites in Egypt. The Western Desert is 262,000 square miles of dunes, canyons, oases, mountainous plateaus, and valleys that span most of the land west of the Nile Valley. Once you reach the white desert, sand and black rocks give way to the awe-inspiring sight of a magical landscape full of strange limestone concretions that are shaped like giant mushrooms, fjords, and icebergs. The White Desert National Park is located just slightly northwest of the central point of Egypt. The park covers an area of 115.8 square miles. The White Desert is part of the Farafra Depression in the Sahara Desert. The park is renowned for the white sands, white sand rock formations, and the introduction to the Great Sand Sea.
larger Farafra Depression covers an area of 380 square miles, creating the second largest depression in Egypt. The white sands manifest as piles and rows of white piles scattered across orange sandy base landscapes, as rock spires and other unusual white rock formations. The white sand and white rocks are comprised of either white calcium, quartz crystals, or limestone. In many places, the collection of white sand appears like snow that has frosted the desert. These white quartz crystals have created several unique picturesque rock shapes. The Pinnacle White Rock Formation is known as Crystal Mountain. Along with protecting the unique white sands and rock formations of the Sahara Desert, the park also protects an array of wildlife, beautiful wildlife, with more popular species, including different kinds of Barbary sheep, fennec fox, Darcus gazelle, jackal, red fox, Ruppel's fox, and sand cats. The Crystal Mountain is also called the Crystal Rock. This is the most iconic rock formation in the national park. The Great Sand Sea is a portion of the Sahara Desert that lies between Egypt and Libya. It is renowned for the abundant rolling sea of sand dunes that cover approximately 3/4 of the area. The Great Sand Sea extends well beyond the national park boundaries, which only serve as an introduction into this magnificent presentation of nature. The majority of people drive through the park and get out to hike around some of the featured rock formations.
So when we talk about the Western Desert, let me tell you that over there we have many different oases. Each one is different and each one is unique on its own, even when it comes to the idea talking just about the desert. For example, talking about the white desert, the black, All these areas are different, and let me tell you, even the formation of the rocks will be different from one place to the other. Some people, they take the decision to enjoy 1 week or 2 weeks moving around the Western Desert to explore Egypt, to explore some sites that are really very interesting and terrific. And believe me, being in these areas can never be compared to anything else in the world. So just take the decision and think of the Western Desert to find out more about Egypt and its wildlife.
The scope of the entire area occupied by the desert is characterized robustly by the presence of depressions. These include Bahariya, Kharga, Farafra, Dakhla, Siwa, and Baris. Being the driest areas in the entire Sahara, these depressions offer conducive destination spots as oases. The ability of natural vegetation to sustain originality in such harsh conditions is awesome. Bahariya Oasis is the closest of all 6 oases located closer to Cairo, Egypt's capital. It is a wonderful destination. The black hills made up of dolomite and quartzite surrounding the oasis make the view stunning. During a depression, the view of the hills is robustly stunning. There is also the thermal spring found at the oasis, perceived to bear restorative and medicinal characteristics by the locals. Kharga Oasis is the largest of them all. It is not only big in size but also in infiltrating modernity within its system. Its size makes it a conducive place to carry out the perfect desert safari. The acacia trees and other remnant species like the geogybe, growth, and buffalo thorn that inhabit the area offer sufficient shade for relaxation in this warm weather. Also, pottery is done by the inhabitants as an art, and this is really amazing. They have many beautiful masterpieces. Farafra Oasis is the second largest depression amongst all. The traditional methods in building houses and the local culture is stunning. Farafra Oasis forms the best spot for all of the camping trips, especially for schools. And you might also want to consider visiting the one and only location featured in the Klaxons 2009 music album Echoes.
Well, that was all for our backpack for today. We'll try as much as we can to tell you more about Egypt and more about the different sites to enjoy your vacation. We are talking about Cairo, we are talking about outside Cairo, and many, many kinds of tourism to enjoy. That was all for now. Thank you for joining us, and next time we'll be back with more about Egypt.